When recommending a good caliber to somebody that's looking to go elk hunting, I've got two personal favorites that I go to all the time. One is the 300 PRC. I recently used this in Nevada on an elk hunt. This is one where I had to reach out to a far distance to be able to make that shot, and this caliber worked perfect. Now, also the 300 PRC can work in thick and vegetated cover. If you think about it, sometimes you may get on an elk hunt to where you're actually hunting the bugle, and then you're gonna be in tight on that group, and you're gonna have to get through some brush. 300 PRC with a heavier bullet, I shoot a 220 grain bullet out of that, can do just that. Can operate up close and thick vegetated, and then it can also make that long distance shot because it's a flat shooting caliber. My other one is a 7 LRM. Now I love a 7 LRM for mountain hunting, but I also love it for elk hunting. It does the same thing. You can use it up close if you got to shoot through vegetation, and it's also extremely flat shooting if you got to shoot at some distance. I shoot that in 180 grains. Both calibers operate great for elk. Elk is a big animal, so you want something that's going to have some knockdown power. That's why I recommend something that's 7mm or the 30 caliber. That's why I like the 7 LRM and the 300 PRC. They both got that knockdown power for a big animal like an elk. I've been fortunate enough to hunt elk all the way in the east in Kentucky, all the way to the west in California, a lot of states in between. There's a lot of different terrain that you're going to be able to hunt elk on depending on where you're going. You want a caliber rifle that's going to be adequate for what you're hunting. So on my most recent elk hunt last fall in Nevada, I brought along with me my 300 PRC, and it worked out perfect. Going into this hunt, I knew it was late season, most likely going to be a long shot. So at a long distance, you want a caliber that's still going to have some knockdown out there, and the 300 PRC does that.
Still can't see. I gotta get higher. Oh, here we go. I got him.
All right, you guys on him?
We're on.
Here we go. You go down?
He's hit, jumped, and went to the right, and I don't see him anymore. Oh, man. He came out in almost the exact same spot that he was yesterday. Just where it was, the elevation, I couldn't get high enough off the bipod, off the backpack, so I had to improvise and go to the tree just to get up. There he is.
Oh, awesome. He went straight down. Sergio spotted this bull last night in the same little cove. We tried it this morning, and I think he went in the timber just before light and missed him. So our plan was to come back after him tonight, and he did the same exact thing he did yesterday, just popping out right at that last light. Thank you, Sergio.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
If you're in the market looking for a new rifle for an elk hunt you've got coming up, make sure to check out both the 300 PRC and the 7 LRM. They haven't let me down. I don't think they'll let you down either. When recommending calibers for whitetail hunting, there are three that come to mind: a 300 PRC, a 6.5 Creedmoor, and the old standard 30-06. The 300 PRC is a great caliber for whitetail hunting. If you're hunting out west or in a more open spot that you know your shot may be at a longer distance, it's got that ability to be able to reach out, but yet it's still got that knockdown power for up close and if you got to fight through some brush. I've used the 300 PRC from Saskatchewan to Wyoming, and it's worked great.
All right, I got him. What's the range?
1.8.
All right, ready? Ready then?
Good buck.
Got him.
Nice shot.
Good shot, Mark.
Good shot.
Thanks for running the rangefinder.
Yeah, bud.
Oh, that's awesome. We tried to sneak around on this buck to go to the backside of the river and spooked him. He got back in this alfalfa field, and you could definitely tell that he felt safe out here. Moved around, got to about 450 yards. He was working underneath this irrigation pivot, got set up and got the range on him, and
shot's good. He went down. I can't wait to go see this buck. He looks super big and heavy. All right. Oh, he's got split brows. Awesome. Look at that deer. Oh man. Growing up in Michigan, I used a 30-06 from the time that I could hunt into my early 20s. It's a great caliber for hunting thick areas for whitetail, knowing that you're not going to have to shoot out more than a couple hundred yards, but you may have to get through some brush. Nothing beats a 30-06. My daughter Michelle has hunted whitetails from a very early age, and the caliber that I found has worked best for her is the 6.5 Creedmoor. The reason being, it's a flat shooting caliber, so there's not a lot of adjustment with the scope. She can shoot out to 200 yards with no adjustment, just put the crosshair on it and squeeze. If it's something longer than that, we can adjust the turret. It also doesn't have a lot of recoil, especially if you put a muzzle brake on it, which is great for youth hunters. Not a lot of recoil, flat shooting caliber. That's why I like the 6.5 Creedmoor for youth hunters and whitetail. So the top 3 calibers that I recommend for whitetail hunting are the 300 PRC, the traditional standard 30-06, and the 6.5 Creedmoor. If you're looking for a standard caliber to go whitetail hunting, make sure to check those out. They're also readily available at a lot of retailer stores like Bass Pro and Cabela's. Best of luck in the field this fall. When looking at the best calibers to use for an antelope hunt, I recommend looking at some that you know are flat shooters, and the reason being, antelope like big wide open spaces. In my experience hunting antelope with a rifle, there's a good chance that the shots are going to be a long ways away. Antelope like big wide open spaces, that means long shots. So every time I've hunted antelope in the West, I've had a long shot 250 out to 600 yards. Knowing that you have a great likelihood of a long shot, you want a flat shooting caliber. 3 flat shooting calibers that I recommend that also the ammo is readily available: the 6.5 PRC, the 6.5 Creedmoor, and the 7 PRC. All great flat shooting calibers.
It's less than 200. You ready? Sorry. Oh, awesome. There he is. Definitely had that funky left side. Well, Eastern Colorado had success again. This was my 3rd antelope out here. Started with a muzzleloader, then I did a bow, and now with a rifle. And this guy is just funky and cool. Jim and Glenn had spotted this buck earlier in the week, and as you can tell, he just got this funky left side that lays out. And there's something about character in animals that I absolutely love, and this guy definitely fits that bill. And we were out here this morning and glassed him up from a distance. He was with a couple other bucks chasing a doe. We were able to use this dry creek bed behind us to sneak within about 200 yards, and Gunworks did its job. And just an absolute cool antelope. When hunting antelope, you don't necessarily need a big heavy round, something like you're hunting elk or mule deer with. Antelope are a smaller animal, so what you really want is something that's flat shooting, knowing that you're going to have long shots in the field. So if you're looking for a great antelope caliber, something that's flat shooting and readily available, I recommend to check out the 6.5 PRC, 6.5 Creedmoor, and the 7 PRC. Can't go wrong with any of the 3. When looking at the best calibers to use when going on a mule deer hunt, there are 2 things that you want to think about when picking out that caliber. One is sometimes you can have a mule deer that's going to be a long shot, and the other one you could have to fight through some brush depending on where you're hunting. So I recommend picking a flat shooting, heavy hitting caliber. The top 3 that come to mind for me are a 28 Nosler, a 7 PRC, and the 300 PRC. All 3 calibers have readily available ammo in just about every store, but most importantly, they all pack a big knockdown power, something that can get through brush if you need to, but are also flat shooting if you're hunting in a situation that requires a long shot. I've been fortunate enough to mule deer hunt in multiple locations across the West. Some of these are wide open spaces to where it's going to be a long shot. Others are in a more brushy situation to where it could be a 100-yard shot, but may have to fight through some brush just to get that bullet through there.
Chase just caught a big framing deer coming down the opposite side hill over here. He just walked down real quick, then disappeared in the bottom. It's facing to the left. Just okay, close one facing left.
Good spot, buddy. That's awesome.
Yeah, 4 on the right.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude. That is sweet. Is that the one you think you saw coming down? That's awesome. Oh.
Dude.
That's awesome. Yes. Oh, that is awesome. Look at this guy. That is sweet. Got a kicker. That is so awesome. Oh, he's broken off on his left, but he's got a kicker on the right. That is so awesome. We have been covering some ground the last couple of days here and seen a couple of really good deer, but this one is just so sweet. He's got a kicker on that side. That is awesome. Such an old deer here. California mule deer, Catalina Island, part of the North American Deer Slam. And part of the reason why I'm loving doing this is it's taken me to areas I probably wouldn't normally hunt, like hunting here on Catalina Island, getting a chance to do this. That is sweet.
So if you're looking for a great caliber to go on a mule deer hunt with, make sure to check out the 28 Nosler, 7 PRC, and the 300 PRC. Can't go wrong with any of the three. Good luck in the field this fall.